The Separatists have launched a desperate attack on the Wookiee homeworld. We cannot allow this planet to fall into Separatist hands. Defend Kashyyyk and drive the enemy off the planet.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Bullet on Fire 12, and welcome back to the next episode of Star Wars Battlefront number 1. Now we're doing pretty good with this series, guys. We're doing pretty good if I say so in my own personal opinion. In fact, we're doing so good that we have reached the finale. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the finale for the Clone Wars story. Because this is, sadly, this battle you're seeing here on the other Kashyyyk map is sadly the last one there is going to be for the Clone Wars story, but on the bright side, it means now we can start the other half of the game and do the Galactic Civil War story. So it is a sad thing that we're now finishing the Clone Wars story, but it's a good thing because now we can move on and do the other part of the game. And obviously, I've said before in my previous episodes that I still want to keep to obviously 2 battles per video. That's what we're going to still keep doing with this particular episode, just because this is the final Clone Wars battle doesn't mean we're going to keep to 2 episodes, because we are, not 2 episodes, 2 battles, sorry. Yeah, we're still going to keep to 2 battles. This will be the first one, obviously, and then we're going to start the very first one for the Galactic Civil War, which will be on my favourite map to battle on in this game, the Tatooine Doomsea level. Still my favourite map to play on in this game. No matter if you're playing on the Clone Wars side or the Galactic Civil War side, it's still my favourite one, just because of the fact it's like a 3-way battle. You get to fight your own personal enemies, so if it's the Republic against the CIS, they're going to be fighting each other in the Clone Wars in the story. And then obviously if it's the Galactic Civil War, you've got the Rebels versus the Empire. And along with that, you've got your third sort of native planet, sort of people that are native to that planet, the Tusken Raiders. And it's just so amazing that no matter if it's the Clone Wars or Galactic Civil War, the Tusken Raiders are always still going to be there. And I think that's really good, and that's one of my best things, favourite things about that specific level. I just want to share a little story before obviously I end off my commentary part about something I experienced with this game. I guess you could call it that. When I was playing this up many years ago, when obviously I first got this game. And don't ever do that, is all I'm going to say, because I had one of those facepalm moments where you're recording something and then that happens. It's embarrassing, but it's still funny at the same time, so don't ever do that. Make sure your shot is always going to be clear, but I'm sure I don't need to tell you guys that. This game is... Oh, now I'm sure you all know that. Anyway, back onto the story, guys. I want to tell you guys. Obviously, I've played this game so many times, and I've had this game for so many years now. In fact, actually, if I think about it, I've probably had this game for over 10 years, or just, 10 plus years. And that's really weird to think about that. God, the time goes on. But one thing I've always thought about, or I know the reason why now, but one thing I always thought was the Clone Wars story was so much shorter compared to the Galactic Civil War. And I also want to point out that when I first played this game, when I was a lot younger, I had not seen all of the Star Wars films. I'd seen all of the, the original films, episodes 4, 5, and 6, but I had not seen episodes 1, 2, or 3 yet. I remember seeing episodes 1 and 2 much later along the line, and in episode 3 even more later. I remember seeing, actually, I think it was last Christmas, was it? I think it was last Christmas. Well, it was definitely at one Christmas time where, obviously during holiday times, they tend to put out films out on TV, and they put out all of the Star Wars films. And obviously that was a good time for me, because obviously, for whatever reason, there is no specific reason why I had not seen the prequels so later compared to the original films. But obviously when they put those films out at Christmas time, I thought, yes, finally, I'd be able to see episode 3, because that's the one I'd still not seen yet. But obviously I've seen them all now, I know what happens, and it's really interesting to think about what happened with the whole story. I mean, I love the Star Wars. I love Star Wars in general. But one thing I'd always been thinking about was why there was no film clips from the third film in this game, because all the other films have got clips while you're playing the story, obviously I cut them out because I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. But I obviously cut them out. But there was just no film clips from episode 3, and the reason for that is this game was released before the third film was out in cinemas. And obviously I learned that from a guy who did a commentary over his Star Wars Battlefront playthrough, and that just made so much sense, because I don't know, I just know that's one thing I never really thought about, was why the stuff. For one thing, why was the Clone Wars story so much shorter compared to the Galactic Civil War? And that thought never came across my mind, of maybe that film had not been released yet. I mean, there was quite a close time period between those two things, because this game dates back, I think it's 2004, 2005, and the last film was released in 2005, if I'm not mistaken, but obviously this game came out first, so obviously they could not include any of what happened in the third film. But obviously when Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, I remember there is more, stuff related to the third film in Star Wars Battlefront 2. So that's just a little story I thought I'd share with you, and why it never just came across to my mind why this Clone Wars story is just so much shorter compared to the Galactic Civil War. And obviously I know now that film was not out yet, so this game was released before the third film. And it just kind of made me think a little bit what this game would have actually been like if, say, for example, they'd done like the majority of this game, right? But then obviously they maybe waited because they knew the final film, episode 3, was going to be coming out around the sort of very near the time when this game came out. Perhaps they thought to themselves, okay, we'll wait. They probably wouldn't do, but we'll just say we'll wait for now, because we know the final film's going to come out, because then we can actually, include some battles that are relevant to what actually happens in the final film. I wonder how this game would have turned out then. You never know, though. You never know, because obviously this game came out before, but it does make you wonder that. I wonder what kind of game this would have been. I'm sure it would have still been as epic as it was, even if they did wait for the final film to come out. But that's just what it is. But yeah, I thought I'd share that little story with you, seeing as we're now coming to the end of the Clone Wars story. I thought I'd share that with you. So anyway, one other thing, one last thing before I wrap off is obviously very soon, actually, the new Star Wars film is going to be coming out, Episode 7. Now that's going to be interesting to see how that one turns out, because I really hope that film turns out to be alright, and I hope it's not going to be one of those films that is just a film just because they wanted to make a film, if that makes sense. I mean, I'll use an example. So I remember during last summer we had the new Terminator film, and I've already seen Terminator 1 and 2. Both those films are brilliant, but for Episode 3, Terminator 3, and obviously the recent films that we had, apparently I've been told not very good things about it. Now, I just want to make sure, I just don't want the new Star Wars film to be one of those things, because from what I heard from those new Terminator films, they just weren't very good. And I don't want the new Star Wars film to be one of those things, because it just seems like they just wanted to make more Terminator films, but they didn't really need to, because the story, really in my opinion, the story finished with Terminator 2. But obviously if you've seen Terminator 3 and the fourth one, the latest one we had, and you liked it, that's fair enough. Everyone's got our own opinions on these things, but I'm still going to see the new Star Wars film regardless, and I hope it's just going to be a good one. Hopefully it won't be one of those times where they're just making a film just because they want to make a film. Hopefully it actually maybe added a new element to the story that would actually really work really well and it'd be good. So hopefully maybe it's just going to be one of those times. Hopefully. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that. It's still going to be an amazing time, I think, because anyone who's a Star Wars fan will be wanting to see this film. At least I think that's the way I see it anyway. I'm definitely going to be seeing it, and hopefully it'll be good. But yeah, I've talked on long enough now, and I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the gameplay and enjoy the rest of the... Yeah, I was trying to think of something else to say then, but there isn't anything else to say. Just enjoy the rest of the gameplay, enjoy the rest of the episode, I guess. So, for this particular one anyway. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up my commentary part here, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the episode. And if you did, Or if you do, God, I can't get my words out today. Commentaries, man. If you enjoy the rest of the episode, remember to give it a like rating and subscribe if you're new. But for now, it's goodbye from me. But I shall see all of you guys very, very soon with my next video. So take care, guys, and goodbye.
We've captured a command post.
In our search for the missing rebel droids, we have discovered a rebel cell on the planet. In addition, our scouts have come under attack by the natives of Tatooine. Lord Vader has issued an order to eliminate all Tusken raiders and rebels in the Dune Sea area.
Capturing command posts is your primary objective. Green command posts belong to your faction. Red command posts are under the control of your enemy. The planet's native forces, such as the loathsome Tusken Raiders, hold the yellow command posts. Neutral command posts appear white. Anyone can claim them.
Take cover! Enemy in range.
To capture a command post, stand near it and defend the area until you have converted the post to your faction's control. The reinforcement meter at the top of the screen indicates the number of troops available for each faction. The green portion of the meter represents the number of reinforcements you have left. The red portion indicates the remaining size of your enemy's army. As your faction captures more command posts, your dominance on the battlefield increases. Capture all command posts or reduce enemy reinforcements to 0 to claim victory. Our reinforcements are being depleted. Our reinforcements are being depleted. Deserters will be shot. Reinforcements have been cut off. We're losing reinforcements. Our reinforcements are taking casualties. We've captured a command post.
I hear something.
Incoming.
Enemy in range.
We've lost a command post. We're losing reinforcements. Enemy in range. We've captured a command post.
Get to the flight.
Let's go. captured a command post. We've lost a command post. We've lost a command post. Enemy forces have captured a command post. We've captured a command post. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. We've captured a command post.
Objective acquired.
Move out. Right away. We've captured a command post.